I'm Thomas by Decision here with Chris Shaw. How are we doing today?
How you doing, mate? All right? Aye, all good.
Not too long before your fight now, a couple of weeks.
It'll be 2 weeks on Friday, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
First fight for one championship. So
yeah. Obviously, you signed a 6-fight deal with him. This is the first one.
Yeah.
How did it sort of come about originally?
There was always kind of talk about it, but never really kind of came across. I never get the contract, and there was always speaking about it, like, are you going to fight for one? And people had messaged me for my details and asking, like, fill in the form and give them all my details, my records and stuff, but never came of it. Earlier this year, I fought Rambo on Yokow, and after the Rambo win, that kind of secured me my kind of contract.
Yeah.
So after that, then that was me kind of filled in my details, everything. Then that was us. We couldn't really release it until they'd released it, so it was basically not long after the Rambo fight.
Yeah.
That was us signed up.
And what did it feel like to sort of get that?
It was good because you're pushing for that your whole career. You're looking, like, from fighting in wee small community centres and whatever else, and obviously now fighting at a wee bit bigger shows and fighting down at Yokow at the Bolton Macron Stadium and stuff. You're fighting in bigger shows, and then that now is the biggest kind of stage for it now.
Yeah.
It's huge, and there's a bit more money involved, which allows you to do a little bit more, like go to Thailand and train and whatever. So it's making it a bit more worth it, and you can just basically show all your skills to a wider audience.
Yeah, for sure.
So
you're one of the few Scots sort of signed up by now. So is it your number? Is it 3? I think.
I think I'm 3. There was Andy Miller first, and then there was George Mann, and then that's me now as well.
Right.
So
it's
good.
Good company.
It's good. The UK is doing well. That's what it is. It's like everybody's doing well. There's a lot of guys in it now, and it's good. It's good for the sport.
Yeah. How are you sort of feeling ahead of it? How's your prep sort of been for the?
Prep's been good. Been training hard. Obviously it's with small MMA gloves, so it's kind of first time messing about with them. There's so many more gaps in people's guards, and even just when you're hitting the pads, you need to make sure you're hitting it correct, because you can't get away with it with those wee gloves.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of prep's been good. Feeling strong, fit, just really want to get in there now and show everybody what I've got.
Yeah. I think your fight is in the Philippines, isn't it?
It's Manila.
Yeah. So you heading sort of to Thailand for a bit to sort of do the final?
I'm away on Saturday. Case is not packed. I remember getting the flights through and stuff like that, but I don't even know when I'm going Saturday. I've been too busy, work, training, it's been crazy, but I'm away Saturday. We'll get a kind of full week's training in there. We'll probably head for the Sunday. We'll be there from the Saturday to the following Saturday, then fly to Manila from there.
Yeah.
And then a couple of days in Manila, and then you've got your weigh-ins and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's just basically getting used to the heat. I know Scotland's been warm for once. It's actually been really warm with my work and stuff like that. I'm worried about, but it's a different type of heat over there. It's stuffy, and it's so hard. Like, you get fit and you get strong here, and then you go to Thailand and you try and hit pads, and you're gassed after one round just because of the heat. So it'll be good just getting used to that.
Yeah.
Ideally, would I like to go there a bit longer and stuff, but it's just work commitments. I own my kind of own company. I don't just sit back and have guys working for me. That'd be ideal. That'd be brilliant. But I'm out in the tools every day, and then I'm juggling work. So training in the morning and then training at night. So and then I'm working in between. So it's carnage.
Aye, full on.
That's it. 100 mile an hour.
For sure. You're on sort of the main card, I think, as well. And
I'm on the main card.
Yeah.
Jonathan Haggerty, he's fighting Road Tongue. He's defending his belt, so that's a massive fight as well. He's done brilliant as well. It's really good.
Yeah.
And also Eddie Alvarez and Demetrius Johnson's on it as well, so that's massive. You're used to watching them on the TV, staying up late night watching UFC and stuff like that, and seeing these guys. It's pretty amazing now.
Yeah, and
something special.
You got your name alongside them now.
No, definitely. I'm going to be kind of a fanboy. I'll be asking them to sign me. You know what I mean? When I see them, walking by them. So, a bit different, totally different. But It's amazing. It's amazing to see. Obviously, all the hard work over the years. Like probably about 10 years now since I first walked into a gym. That eventually now seen it. It's pretty amazing.
You've been chucked in the deep end here as well. I'm not massive on the Thai scene, but from what
he's a Olympian champion, and he's just ripping it up at the stadiums now. He's knocked out Muay Thai with an elbow, who knocks everybody out with elbows, and then he's just beating everybody at the moment. He just beat Yoko Pet there, who is also a great fighter. There's no easy fights for him over there, and he's beating everybody, to be honest. It's a really hard fight. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I've watched a lot of by YouTube now. You can watch all your fighters and watch everything. I'm quite into date with all the Thai scene as well. I always watch it and stay in contact with it all and just make sure I'm watching all these guys.
Yeah.
Because you never know, you will be fighting them at some point.
Yeah. I was going to say some people like sort of watching it, some don't. I guess you're sort of more.
No, I like watching it. Then you can work out a game plan, work out what will work and what will not work against these guys, what their strengths and their weaknesses are. So I always watch them.
Yeah. Where do you see your opponent's strengths being that?
He's everything's kind of for the right side. It's like kind of right hand, right kick, and then the right elbows. He just puts a pace on people as well. He's really strong. He just keeps coming forward as well. Sometimes just sit back and score, but he comes forward and he's really aggressive as well. So it's going to be a hard fight. It definitely will be. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it. I'll fight fire with fire.
Yeah. Didn't want an easier ride on your first one, or?
I'm not here for easy rides. I'm not here for easy fights. I never take easy fights back here. I know a lot of guys. Some guys fight some foreigners that nobody's heard of, and they'll fight in their kind of home shows, and they'll say, "Oh, I'll just get a kind of easier fight," and then that'll lead me up to the bigger fights. I'm all about, you should be fighting people that's going to push you every time you fight. You get in the ring. It's all about scalps. There's no point me beating somebody that nobody's heard of, and it's not going to benefit my career in any way. I get a win, and it looks good in front of everybody in the stadium. Oh, Chris Shaw won by third round knockout, but it's not really doing much for my career. If you beat big names, then it's a big scalp, and then it pushes you further as well.
It's a bit further away. You getting many family friends sort of going over for you?
There's no kind of family in that going over. Just the way it is. It's just so far away and stuff like that. It's a bit different. So Paisley Lagoon, you know what I mean? Paisley Lagoon, I can get 200 odd people there, 220. People all round there, ringside and stuff like that, so it'll be a bit different. But one of the boys, Eddie's coming over for the gym. He's coming over to Thailand base to train, and then he's coming to Manila, and then one of the other boys, Gary Castles, he's going to come over, and the two of them are going to come into corner with me and Gary. Nice. So it'll be good.
Yeah. We were sort of talking about earlier off camera, but obviously one have sort of a few different things, like you're talking about your medicals.
Yeah.
And obviously like the rehydration tests, bit different, but hopefully be alright with it. Yeah,
it's totally different. Like obviously, it was only like a few weeks ago, like maybe 3 weeks ago or something. They gave us the kind of 5 tests that we need to do, and send it, get all stamped and sent back over them. So I'm rushing about. I'm actually rushing about the day to try and get things sorted before I head away on Saturday. Always last minute. There's a physical exam, then there's the blood test, your blood count, your dilated eye exam. For an ophthalmologist, you kind of just go to an optician, and then an MRI. So the dilated eye exam, I'm getting done at like 10 o'clock a day or something, and then I'm getting the MRI through in Edinburgh later on in the day, and that should be me kind of all set and kind of sorted.
Do you have any of these things with like in the UK for?
There's nothing like this at all. I've always pushed for people to get tested. Like see just for people that are cheating. Like see guys, like you hear a lot of guys that are using Clen to cut. Guys that are using HGH and stuff like that. Basically steroids. It's cheating, and the way I see it, I'm totally against it. People say fight fire with fire, but it's just not me. I'm totally against all that. It should be a clean sport. It's basically, see if the guy who's using steroids, he's going into the ring with a baseball bat. Within the difference, you know what I mean? He's going in with a baseball bat, and you're just going in with your fists. You know what I mean? It's an unfair advantage, and it should never be a part of it. With one doing these tests and stuff like that, it should definitely stop all that.
Yeah.
And I think even in UK, Muay Thai, the main events should definitely be tested on the bigger shows. Every main event should get tested, but it's all down to money as well. Yeah. There's not a lot of money in the sport, like UK Muay Thai wise, so that's why they can't afford to just test people. But it really needs to happen because there's a lot of guys out there cheating.
Yeah, I can say like for boxing they always do it like sort of at title level. Which I think is, even at like sort of you see it with like the UFC and stuff. There's still the problem is money, I guess, and that's
the main difference. But it needs to kind of clean up the sport because people are getting in there getting hurt, are taking damage by a guy that's effectively cheating, and he's enhancing himself, and the other guys know. So it's a shit part of the sport.
Does it happen much in the UK then?
It's all rumours. You can't turn around. So nobody's going to tell you they're doing it, but you know that the guys are doing it. Through the grapevine, you hear what guys are doing, using things to cut like Clen. They're using HGH. They're using HGH because it stays out kind of out of their system in like 4 or 5 hours and stuff like that. So it's a lot of cheating.
Yeah. I suppose it's tough in a sport like that's not mainstream.
You can't prove. Nobody's going to turn around to you and tell you, by the way, I'm taking this or whatever. But you hear through the grapevine. You hear that their friends spoke to somebody, and it's through wee narrow things what they're doing. And then you look at their body shape from maybe 6 months ago, or even 3 months ago, and then it totally changes. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
I can't say much more about it. No pointing the finger at anybody.
Obviously, you're talking about like I think it was the March with your fight down in Bolton, was it? That was the one that sort of got their attention really. How did it feel to come out with the win after that?
It felt amazing. That was my second tie I fought. Yorkhouse gave me kind of 2 ties, so I was kind of really grateful for the opportunity for that. I fought Superlek first, who is an absolute monster. He absolutely cut me to bits. Rearranged my face, but I fought the 5 rounds and I lost, but he cut me to bits. It was a kind of wake up call because it just showed you that different level that they have, and that's the reason why he's in the stadiums beating everybody. He got beat last week there, but except for that he's been untouchable. So when the opportunity came, I think Liam Harrison got injured, and then I got a phone call 6 weeks before, and then instantly took the fight. He fight Rambo, so I knew what to expect for the ties. I know they're not just coming over here to just lie down. So it's a really hard fight, and I won. It was a great feeling, just because they are the best. You know what I mean? As their sport, there's a reason they started from an early age, and we're here playing football, whatever. They're there in gyms every day training to fight and fight that sport. So
it's even like the combat sports as well. Like you've got boxing and MMA, which are probably even more popular than Muay Thai, and they're not even like sort of mainstream in UK.
I know, it's the same, like nobody really knows, like same last year, nobody really, see when you tell them about Thai boxing, they're like, what's Thai boxing? They don't really know, but it's starting to get a bit bigger now, where like obviously UFC getting bigger, even like everybody knows who Conor McGregor is, so that in turn has made every kind of sport bigger as well. But the likes of here, like boxing isn't really mainstream. MMA is not really mainstream. There's guys fighting the UFC and stuff like that, and you don't see them in the papers or anything. It's more just all kind of football based here, and kind of maybe rugby.
Celtic Rangers and
that's it. That's what it is. Whereas there's a lot of guys for the UK and Scotland and stuff doing really well in combat sports, but you just don't hear about it.
Yeah, it's tough sort of to make a break, especially when there's not that sort of coverage of the sport.
Nah, it's really hard. Like nobody really knows what you're doing. They just kind of look at you like a kind of thug. They like Thai boxing. They just think you're fighting. They're thinking there's something wrong with you, but it's a sport. It's a martial art. And it's not a case of just going to a gym once a week and turn up. You do a class and then you fight. It's no. They don't see all the hard work that's put in behind the scenes.
Yeah, obviously you had the Craig Dickson rematch. How did you find sort of the build up for that and then the fight itself?
Craig Dickson rematch. The first fight was at 63.5 kilo. We fought in the tournament, and it was like we already had a fight each, and then we were fighting the semi-final, going to the final. So I won that one in points. It was a bit disputed, and he was arguing his points. So I wanted to settle the score. So did he, and we went in, fought in the ring in May there. There was a lot of kind of back and forward for his side and my side and stuff like that. So it did build up the fight, and the lagoon was packed. See through just the kind of riff-raff and stuff. It was a packed out kind of crowd and stuff like that. It was really, really busy. Everybody was talking about it, so it was good for the sport. Unlucky enough, I got beat that night. I got dropped, and I'm pretty sure it was the second round. Got dropped pretty heavy. Just get caught with an elbow. It was clean, but that was the one that kind of done the damage. The first one. I think third round I kind of went into autopilot a wee bit, and I was scoring, and I brought it back a bit the third, and then the fourth. It was going alright as well. I'd say Craig was edging the fourth still, and then I got caught with another elbow again, and as I went down, I've tried to get back up, but the ref stopped it, and it was a good stoppage. If I did get back up again, most likely I'd have probably put back down again, but it was probably the first elbow that done me in the second round. It was my first knockout loss, or TKO stoppage loss. It was hard to take, it was, because I've done that to many people myself, but it is a sport. You're not untouchable in Thai boxing. Anything can happen. It just wasn't my night. It was Craig's night, and fair play to him. It's part of the game, so that's what it is.
Yeah. Obviously the weight, do you think that sort of played a factor in it?
He was huge. He was huge the next day, but I'm not going to sit and bitch, but it was my fault. I did take it there. I did take it to 67, but he wouldn't fight at 63.5 or 65, which I can make. But at the same time, I took the fight at 67, so it was probably me being too cocky and saying I'll beat him at whatever weight, but at the same time, weight does play a massive part of it. But I think just generally, I didn't fight my best that night, regardless of weight. Craig came in and he fought well. He countered a lot of stuff, and he was strong. He was really strong. So fair play to him. But I will be wanting that third fight. It's one apiece. People will say, I bet he just knocked you out in the second one and you won a close points at the first one. End of the day, it's one apiece. So I think the third fight will need to happen. Yeah. I don't think I'll settle for that. And a lot of people say, well, what weight will it be and what else? But we'd need to decide that. But I don't think it'd be at 67 anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Even the next one being 65 would be pretty fair, because the first one was at 63.5. That one's at 67, so 67 suited him. I made 67 really easy. Really easy. Yeah. And the next day he must have been about 80 kilo. So he'd have been lucky if I was 70, 71. Yeah. I'd been eating carbs all week up to it and everything, so it was different. It felt good, like obviously eating carbs and stuff, but there's a reason why people deplete themselves and then get big, because even at 60, when I fought 61, I couldn't have carbs for weeks, you know what I mean? So he's obviously did the same, but it's part of the game.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Obviously he was sort of saying before the fight that was going to be his retirement one. I don't know if he's changed his mind at all on that, but
I don't know. If he's retired, he's retired. It's fair play. Like he's had a long career. He's 100 odd fights. He's been over in Thailand. He's done it all, and I can understand. It gets to a time where you just call it a day. So if he's retired, he's retired. But I heard they've been wanting to fight and win championship and stuff like that, and whatever else. But we'll see what happens. If he's retired, he's retired. That's what it is.
Yeah.
If not, I'd quite like the third fight.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't want to fight, doesn't want to fight. At the end of the day, he's won that last one, so he'll maybe want to hold that one.
Yeah. Do you think that would, not eat away at you, but do you think that would be in the back of your mind if you never got the third fight?
Definitely. I don't think, I wouldn't want to leave it like that.
Yeah.
As I say, he won that fight fair and square. I've got no excuses. No, I'm not going to moan about the weight, I'm not going to moan about anything. He won fair and square, and he done a good job that night. MD can get beat, but do I think I'd win the third fight? Of course I do.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I am. And most people say don't take the third fight because he's a lot bigger, naturally bigger guy, and whatever else. It's different weight divisions, but it's just the way I am. Yeah. And I will not let that go. And I hope to get the third fight.
Yeah. I guess obviously with your one contract it would probably need to be done.
I'd most likely I'd do the 6 fights with one, and then I'd be looking for that. Yeah. And whether I get another contract with one, then it might not happen. So at the end of the day, I'm going to fight in one championship. Like, why would I not?
Yeah.
I'm getting paid good money. I'm getting to show my skills to such a wide audience, in fighting shows with like Eddie Alvarez and Demetri Johnson. So of course I'm looking to fight and win as much as I can, and for as long as I can.
For people that don't like follow one too much, I sort of said this in my one with Andy Miller, but they're a lot different with their sort of the way they show the shows and like presenting the fighters, and even just like the media, like they make all the fights available, like you can see all the fights from the weekend show. It's full thing straight away.
It's crazy. Like everybody wants to keep their show to them, and then they want to like everybody to turn it like different to UK because they basically want everybody to get to the show. So if people see if they're going to post it on YouTube like the next day, or it's going to be on the app live, nobody's going to go to their show. Like nobody's going to spend £30-40 on a ticket. So I can understand why promoters here don't just put it in an app or whatever else. But one seem to have the funding that they can do that, and people will still go to the shows, so they get the money from the door entry, and then like as well as also they can put it all over the app and everybody can watch it for their phone. Whereas here it just wouldn't work. I don't think just people would go, well, at the end of the day, if I'm here, I'm not going to travel down to England to watch a show if I can watch it in the comfort of my home and there. And that's the difference. But it's good, one, because it's brilliant that one are doing it, because like I here, I could be sitting in my van at work at lunchtime and be watching all the fights live. It's crazy. It's brilliant because it's getting all the fights out there, and then you're noticing some fighters that I've never known before. I'm watching their fights and becoming fans of them because of their style and whatever else, and so it's really good.
Yeah, very different as we were sort of saying, like even like the UFC, like they're now doing pay-per-view in the UK, which is the exact opposite of what
that's absolutely killing us. You know what I mean? So it's brilliant what they're doing. They're on the right direction. And if they can keep it up, then it's got to be brilliant. I think it'll be bigger than the UFC if they can keep that up, because the UFC seem to be trying to make as much money as they can now.
Yeah, focus on America,
they're trying to make as much money as they can, whereas one are trying to get their name out there all over the places. In Asia it's massive, and it's getting bigger and bigger over here as well.
Obviously, as I haven't done an interview before, but normally sort of go through how you got into the sport originally. How did you sort of get into it?
I was at college doing my apprenticeship, and my mate was he was doing mechanics or whatever, and ended up he was in a class with a boy, and he said he'd done Thai boxing, so he was going to go along with him. He asked me to go along, so freeze went out of my mates, me and two other mates. Ended up after a few weeks I stuck it, they never. And then I just kept going, and I think like 6 weeks after that I had my first fight. I fought with like shin pads and my head guard on. Fought a guy that did about 4 fights. I got beaten points my first one. It was a close fight. I just never knew anything about scoring. I was just trying to punch. I threw a couple of fancy kicks, but except for that it was mostly just trying to punch, and Thai boxing's more about punching. And then after that I was hooked. Maybe if I won my first fight I wouldn't have been so eager train as hard and whatever else, but after getting that kind of first loss, it kind of built up a fire inside me, and then that was me for then. I had later on that year I had 5 fights or something, and then eventually rematched that boy and I beat him and knocked him out in the 4th round, I'm sure. So that was good as well, and then for then onwards it was just constant training. Everything was put aside. I used to play a wee bit of football and stuff like that, and everything was put aside, stopped playing for either side, everything was just focused. I started off at the OB gym in Johnston under Stevie Houston and Lloyd Concrete, and they done everything for me. They were great, made my style, made me aggressive, and I still use the stuff that they've taught me to do.
Yeah.
And just through time, I've ended up now I'm at BoxFit Glasgow, just pushing myself on as well, and that's it for there. We've just been training ever since, just constantly taking fights. Never really had an off year. Like I've always fought at least twice a year, and that's been for the last 10 years.
Yeah. So you a bit later starting than like.
It was late starting, so I think I started like 1920, and then that was me. I actually went to Thailand, and I watched it in some of the stadiums and that there, and then it just I didn't even think I didn't know they'd done Thai boxing here and stuff. So it was just through that college then. My mate said to me, do you want to come along to this? And then as soon as I went to first class and got in the door, you were a bit nervous and stuff at the start, thinking what's going on here. It was brilliant. And then after 2 classes I done a bit of sparring, and a 10-year-old Superman punched me and bust my nose. It was Sean Hannigan. So ever since then I was like, this is crazy, this wee guy at 10's just bust my nose. So then onwards just been training hard, constant, and I've no youth in my side. I'm 29 now, but all I've done is just work hard, really hard at everything. There's no been periods where I just disappear, usually after fights. I'll maybe have a week off, week or 2 weeks, just depending if I've caught any injuries, and then I'm back at the gym, and that's really important.
Yeah. Did you ever think you would achieve anything like this sort of in the sport?
At the start, I always said aims. I always say my first kind of goal was, I spoke with Lloyd and he's like, well, what do you want to be? And I was like, I want to be a Scottish champion. So then you become the best in Scotland, and it's like, I want to be British champion. And then you want to be the best in Britain, UK #1, so in that. And then you start fighting for European and world titles, and then I have done all that, and I have accomplished that, and then it's like, what's next? And then it's like fighting ties and beating the best ties. Even though belts don't mean anything, it's about who you fight. So eventually through time I was thinking, I've won these belts, but ideally I want all these names of people. So I wasn't chasing after all the belts, it was more scalps and good names to then look back in your career and saying, I beat these guys, and they were all really, really good guys, and everybody can see who they fought, and etc. So then the next step was then fighting the ties, and then beat Rambo, and then the next step's now beating the best guys in one, and then hopefully getting a shot at the one title and being one champion. That's the next step. So it's always like setting the goals further. So then when I become one champion, it's hold on to that as long as I can.
Actually, talking about that, like your eventual aim is to be the one champion. Obviously, got some time to sort of do it, and you're only 29, so there's still a few years ahead. Norwo's
the kind of one champion now. He's older now, but he's just got so much skills. He's looked up to him for years, watched many of his stuff, try to steal most of his kind of stuff that he uses and techniques and stuff like that. But it'd be brilliant fighting him. I'm not wanting an easy route. I don't want just to be given the title shot. I want to fight the best guys, so I want to work my way up there and everybody to see that I deserve that shot. So it's all about just putting hard work in and getting fights, beating all the guys that's in front of me, and then getting that shot.
Yeah. How have you found sort of doing Thai boxing away from Thailand? I know some guys like obviously Andy Miller live out there. Have you ever thought about moving out there? Obviously you've got quite like a life and you seem sort of settled here.
No, I'm settled here. I don't think... I think years ago that was a thing that you had to go over there, like the best training and stuff like that. But Gary, my coach, spent a lot of time in Thailand. He knows a lot about the sport. He follows it a lot. So I think I'm getting the best kind of coaching, I think, at my gym. I don't need to go to Thailand and train. It's good because when I go to Thailand, it's a case of I can just wake up every day and train in the morning, then go for a sleep, and then train at night, and then go for a sleep, and I can just rest in between. Whereas here, I'm waking up at 5 AM, I'm going and doing my training, and then I'm going to my work at 8. I'll get back in about 5:30, have something to eat, quick shower, and I'm at my gym at 7, most likely get in about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then it's just repeat, and that's 6 days a week. So, and I work like 6 to 7 days a week, just depending how busy we are with work. We're doing all that as well, so it's just more if I go over to Thailand, I can properly get the rest that's needed and do it like a professional athlete, that's all.
Yeah.
Whereas I think I can, with the guys up the gym, and Gary's my coach, I'm getting the best training that I can. They know me, they know how I fight, and they know how my body works, what's good for me, my strengths, my weaknesses, and what we need to work on when we're fighting different guys. So we kind of come up with a plan, and then it just goes for there.
Yeah, I suppose also with Jonathan Haggerty as well, he lives down London. I guess it's going against the sort of norm that you need to go there as well.
That's it, it's the same idea. Even like the likes of Liam Harris and stuff like that, he did spend a bit of time over in Thailand when he was younger and stuff, but now he mostly does his camps here. He does go over Thailand like now and kind of finishes it the last couple of weeks, and he was over at Yorkhow Gym, but he feels the same. Like, I think that he's got all good guys round about him like Jordan Watson, Joe Craven and stuff like that, Andy House and stuff, so he can get his best training at his gym. So it's different now. I think years ago, like maybe 5-6 years ago, people did think they always had to live over in Thailand and that was the way of life and they had to go there to be the best, and I don't think that's the case now.
Yeah. Would you ever consider going full time with the sport, or do you think you would like sort of like at least part time sort of keep it going?
It is kind of part time now. Like, obviously I'm still training twice a day and stuff like that, and I'm not getting maybe the rest in between with my work life and stuff like that. And I'm staying at my missus' grand's house now. We're kind of renovating the house. That's just another thing I added on my list. So I moved out and hopefully be in there about March time or something. So hopefully, but been living here and stuff. But ideally, I would like to go full time, train full time, and having that sleep during the day would be brilliant here. See, doing that, I think my performances would be so much better. I think you're probably only seeing like maybe 80%, 70% of me now. But it's all down to money in it as well. So becoming one champion, I think there'd be a bit more money involved, and then it could allow you to do that, to then cover your bills and everything else. But right now, it's not enough to properly live on and live a kind of good life, go holidays and take your family away and stuff like that, and do stuff like that, take my wife away and give her good things, give her a good life.
Like I said, sort of living comfortably.
Nah, you could live like, I could do, see if I just stayed with my mum and I never had a house and I never had a car, and I could just stay there and I could live a decent life off it with one. But at the same time, I've just bought a big massive house here, set myself up for the future, got a nice car, everything else, and I'm going nice holidays. So there has to be a balance between it. If I've not got the funds to do that, then I can't do it.
Aye. Mental state as well, I guess.
That's it. Ideally I would like to be full time, but it's just more, maybe getting more sponsors or whatever, I don't know what the solution is, but hopefully that is the aim, to become full time and just be a professional athlete.
Yeah. Obviously you've got this fight, and I guess a lot sort of depends on this when you next get the day out. I guess you sort of just got to wait until. That's it. It's just focus on this fight. That's what I'm liking about one. I'm not trying to sell fights. I'm not trying to constantly be posting stuff on Facebook to just get everybody to come to my fight, to try and sell tickets, to then make more money, to then like get more money from the show and get more money off promoters, like, and sell myself. I don't need to do that. One, I just turn up and fight. It's easy as that. I just focus on my training, be the best that I can be, and turn up and fight. Take the plane over, wherever it is, and just go and fight, and focus on just beating that opponent in front of me. Yeah. I don't need to talk it up, I don't need to sell it. That's it. It's really, really good, so I'm looking forward to it. The kind of pressure's off a bit, there's no pressure involved. It's like, just go over and fight, just do what you do. When you sort of saying there, like, selling a fight, have you had to... Do you feel sort of artificial doing that, like sometimes with Sometimes it becomes monotonous. It's like people's asking the same questions, and it's like, what do you think about him? What do you think about your opponent? What do you think about that? And it does get monotonous. Obviously, like, nobody's going to turn around and say to you, I don't think this, I'm fighting such and such, I'm fighting this Thai, I'm going to get my head punched in. Like, nobody's going to say that way. Like, let's be honest. But nobody thinks that way. As a fighter, you think that you're going to beat any guy that's in front of you. But when you keep getting asked the same question, it does become monotonous. Yeah. And it gets to a point where you are getting sick of it, and sometimes you are getting sick of it, but it's part of the sport, you need to do it, and the promoter's paying you good money, so you need to then in turn do the interviews to then get people in, basically in the sports centre, wherever it is, the stadium, whatever, to basically sell that. And then so if you only get 20 people following you, then you're not going to get on the big shows. If you only get 20 people that buy tickets off you, it's no use to MD. Yeah. So if you sell 220 tickets or 250 tickets, that's in turn gives you a bigger purse and gives you more money from, say, you get a percentage off the ticket sales. Every kind of show works different, but if you get more people in, then you'll get more money in turn. So it's like, you need to kind of sell yourself a bit. Yeah. I'm not a prostitute, but but
You do need to sell yourself.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think I've seen in one of your videos, I think it was a rare thing I've never ever seen. It's I think it was 100% dislike ratio for one of your videos. Is it like playing your mind until like that sort of thing?
Nah, doesn't matter. People are going to hate me regardless. If I'm the likes of Craig Dickson, his mates are going to hate me. My mates are going to hate him. Like it's part of the game. But you could be doing, I could do this interview and people will hate me regardless. You can win a fight and they'll say, oh, the tie through itself. He didn't want the fight. That was a shit fight. You could beat somebody in one round and somebody's going to hate you. Like you just need to deal with it. It's hard at times. Like you could put in a great performance. You could beat somebody and put on a great performance, and you're still going to get people on YouTube or Facebook or whatever that are just hating on you, and you just need to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know that some people are going to like me, some people are going to dislike me, and that's it. It's just part of the game. Like at the end of the day, like fuck them. Like if they're not with me, they're against me. Yeah. So I shouldn't be wasting my time thinking about these people. Yeah. But the people that follow me, then thanks a lot to them all. It's great getting all the support, and they're on board, and they're following me, and I'll be cool with them. They're cool with me. Everything's all good. But the other people just put them aside. Don't even think about them. They're not worth anything. Like if they hate me, they hate me.
Do you read through like comments and stuff like that?
You do, because you just see it. Like you're on a YouTube video and then you get tagged or something in it, and then you see comments. You're like, who is this guy? And then you see him. He's like a fat guy lying on his couch drinking a can of beer, and it's like, see the post you see like oh, I wish he should have jabbed more, and you're like, oh, he should have jabbed more. You're like, what? I'm like, you've never been in a gym that any day of your life. You know what I mean? He doesn't even look after himself. He's probably about 20 stone, but he's also telling you that you should have jabbed more or you should have kicked better. Your kicking technique's terrible, and you're like, see when you look in it, it's funny that, see when you see the comments and you click into their page and you see that they've never been in a Muay Thai gym, they don't know anything about scoring, they don't know anything about boxing, but they're just sitting there telling you you're shit. It's crazy. So you do look at it, but then it's funny when you see the people that are actually angry. So no more I just look at it and I laugh at some of it.
Yeah.
But then you do get people that are just angry. Then sometimes it does take, but then you need to realise not everybody's going to like you. If nobody likes me, then cool. I've got enough friends anyway. Yeah. I've got enough people that are all, I've got a good group of people that are all there for me. Win, lose or draw, they'll phone me up, they'll speak to me, talk to me about it and whatever. Whereas see when you're winning, there's so many people on your side and messaging telling you how good you are. See when you're losing or you lose a big fight, there's only a select people that are there running about you.
Did you find that at all after the...
I did. You do find that. You find that there's a lot of people that are always there, like telling you how good you were and whatever, I'm really happy for you and whatever, but then see when you lose, it's people are just not caring. They don't care. They're just like, oh, that's it. So you find out who your kind of true mates are, true friends, and guys that are actually following you, and that actually are following your career and whatever else. It was good as well. A lot of people just phoning me up and messaged me that I never thought that they're that close, but even after the Dickson fight, they were phoning up and like chatting away and stuff like that. So it was weird. People showed their true colours. Yeah. And I know that the people that are with me and the people that are just there and being two-faced.
Yeah. Well, at least you don't have to do this as much on the one shows. Not.
What is it?
At least you don't have to be like sort of.
No, you don't. Different. You don't. It's just turn up and fight. So it's brilliant. It's ideal. Yeah. And I can just focus on training. I don't need to worry about arguing with people on Facebook. So there's been an interview up and people are arguing, and then you go back and forward, and it's like I'm arguing with a guy over a computer that's maybe staying in Inverness, that's 20 stone and never been in a gym in a day in his life. You know what I mean? And it's just a total waste of time. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. Just go in, fight, fighting the best guys that are out there. Don't want any easy fights, any easy runs. There is no easy fights at one championship. There's a reason why these guys are signed. Yeah. So it's the best of the best.
Have you picked like a walkout song and any of that? Yeah.
After we mentioned me the other day, it's going back and forward and stuff like that, but they sent me a mix of my kind of Fugees, Ready or Not, and I didn't like it, and then they've sent something else, and then I gave them another option. Then I'm thinking that's shit. So I'm gonna have to pick something. So I'm gonna have to sort something else. I'm like gonna change it again. I said that was alright, but I think I'm going to need messages my day more. I think about. I put it in the car in the way to gym. That's what I usually do. Like see your entrance song and stuff. Yeah. I usually play that every morning before I go to the gym or on the way to the gym, and it just gets me used to the kind of song and just thinking that, and then you're just thinking walking out and stuff like that.
For people who want to sort of watch your fight, what time is it on the UK?
I think it's about 1 o'clock, Friday the 2nd August.
Afternoon, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So,
anybody wants to watch, just click on the one app, and that's it. You can watch it through your phone. A lot of my pals will be happy to spend like 30, 40, 50 quid on a ticket, and they can just sit and watch it at work. Because they always moan about that, for God's sake, like, sick of got your fights, we spend a fortune, and it's not the 30, 40, 50 pound, it's because they're all drinking, they're all drinking, they're all partying, then they're out all night, so it ends up like £200. So
it's a tough life.
That's it, party lifestyle.
For obviously you were talking about there, like the support you get for these is massive, and like sponsors is a big help for sort of getting you to this position.
Yeah. Over the years, he's not a sponsor with me now, but he's ended up just more of a mate rather than anything. CAD, for Musclebound. He doesn't sponsor me or anything now, but most likely he's always there to help me out. Over the years, he's done so much for me. Even now, just going in, he'll get me a set of gloves and whatever else. Not a lot of people know that, but he's more a mate than anything now, and it's more. I don't want him to be a sponsor because he's turned into a mate, but he's done so much over the years for me. Even so, I think it was after like 2 years into my fighting career, he'd been with me for so long. And now I've got balanced meal prep. They're making sure that I'm staying off the biscuits and whatever else, and I'm getting my meals delivered to my house. So that's making sure I'm getting the right food at the right time and stuff like that. So, and their food's brilliant. I get my hair cut off a Finney and Brown barbers. That just makes me look good. That makes me look good, makes me feel good.
Get ready for those one
that's it. And more than that, it's just more my gym, Box Fit Glasgow. All the guys in there help me and stuff like that, push me to the next limit. There's a lot of guys that even don't fight, but they're just in there helping you. And then just it's like going up hanging about with your mates every night. It's not a chore. Just going up hanging about with your mates. You're putting the work in and stuff like that, but it's not a chore.
If anyone was looking to get on board with you and get like sponsor you or give you any help, what's the best way to get in contact? Even
just contact me on Instagram, CShawsy90, or just my Facebook page, Chris Shaw. Any help would be great. Try and push me on to the next level.
Good stuff. Anything else you'd like to add at all?
No, I'm all good.
All good.
All good.
Right,
thanks very much for everything, mate.
No bother.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All the best with your fight in a couple of weeks' time.
Thanks a lot for your time.